Okay, today's lesson, we learned divide whole numbers by unit fractions
Our
using the
objective
reciprocal.
is to use the reciprocal to divide a whole number by a fraction. Now, reciprocal is a new vocabulary word for us. Basically, the number that when multiplied by another equals 1 is called a reciprocal. If we look at our example right here, we have 2 times 1/2 equals. Now, normally when we multiply by a whole number, we change 2 into 2 over 1 times 1/2. And you can see 2 times 1 would equal 2, 1 times 2 would equal 2, 2 over 2 equals 1 whole. Now, this is the first time we've had actually a number besides 1 that we could multiply against another number and actually get 1. So, the reciprocal of 2 is 1/2. You can see 2 over 1, reciprocal meaning inverse or opposite, 1/2 is exactly opposite of it. Here's another example. If I have 5 times 1/5, and I know that 5 can be represented 5 over 1. If I multiply that by the reciprocal, which is the inverse exact opposite, it'd be 1/5. So 5 times 1 is 5, 1 times 5 is 5, 5/5 is equivalent to 1 whole. So 1/5 would be the reciprocal of 5. Now, the question is, how can I use the reciprocal of a fraction to divide a whole number by a fraction? These are problems we were working with yesterday. They all have whole numbers divided by a fraction. And some of y'all were seeing the pattern that if we took the whole number, multiplied it by the denominator, it would give us our answer. 4 times 3 is 12, 5 times 6 is 30, 6 times 3 is 30, 2 times 4 is 8, and 5 times 3 is 15. And it appears like it works very well. We can't just multiply a whole number against the denominator. We're actually doing a division problem. So let's take a look at this problem here. Joyce is making sushi rolls. She needs a 1/4 cup of rice for each sushi roll. How many sushi rolls can she make if she has 3 cups of rice? Let's find out. We start off by looking at the problem. It says we know that she has a total of 3 cups of rice. And she needs to make 1/4 cup for each sushi roll. So we know we have 3 cups divided by 1/4, and it's going to tell us how many sushi rolls she can make. Now in class we've been drawing rectangles. But if you can see, this is the same representation in a number line. So I have 3, which is my whole, 1, 2, and 3, and each whole is divided into 4s, 4 pieces. And we can see that 3 divided into 4, each whole is divided into 4, so we can see there are a total of 12 quarters in 3 wholes. So we'll be able to make 12 sushi rolls. Now let's see how we can use multiplication to solve this problem using the reciprocal. As you can see here, we just determined that 3 divided by 1/4 equals 12. Well, we know that 3 times 4 also equals 12. So 3 divided by 1/4 is equal to 3 times 4. How can we use that? The rule for dividing by a fraction. Multiply the whole number by the fraction's reciprocal. And at this point, I'm talking about the fraction is the divisor. Okay? So we have 3 divided by 1/4 equals 1/12. What you do to solve this problem is you change the divisor into its reciprocal. So 1/4's reciprocal will be 4. Since you changed it into its inverse, you're going to do the inverse operation. Here we divided, so now we're going to do multiplication with the reciprocal. So 3 divided by 1/4 turns into 3 times 4, which also equals 12. Let's take a list problem. 5 divided by 1/5. Well, we know the reciprocal of 1/5 is 5. So when we rewrite the algebraic expression, we can say 5 times 5, and we know 25. And since we know 5 times 5 equals 25, we know 5 1/5 is equal to 25. The product of the reciprocal and the whole number is equal to the quotient of the whole number divided by the fraction. And that's how the multiplication and division is related. Let's take a look at another problem. 7 divided by 1/4 equals. Well, what is the reciprocal of 1/4? Well, we know the opposite of 1/4 would be 4 over 1, 4. So in order to solve this problem, take 7, go to the inverse operation of multiplication times the reciprocal. So 7 divided by 1/4 is equal to 7 times 4 equal to 28. Since 7 times 4 is equal to 28, we also know that 7 divided by 1/4 equals 28.